Hello everybody, welcome. My name is Playing Peppers and today I will answer the question: can I beat Pokemon Sapphire Hardcore Nuzlocke with only normal types? First, let's go over the rules. 1. I can only catch the first normal type I encounter in a router area, so duplicates are not allowed. For example, if I encounter Whismur, then I can't ever catch another Whismur, Loudred or Exploud. 2. When a Pokemon faints, it is considered dead and can't be used anymore. 3. No items in battle. Held items are fine, but I can't use like potions, status removing items, X items, etc. 4. The level cap is always the level of the next gym leader or elite force member's ace Pokemon. And 5. The Pokemon battle mode must be on set. I chose for Pokemon Sapphire because I think Gen 3 has some cool underrated normal type Pokemon available and I want to try them out. Here you can see all normal types in Pokemon Sapphire. We won't be able to get all of them though, but most of these Pokemon will be making an appearance, so let's get into it. So we start by being tossed around in the back of a moving van before we are allowed outside to breathe. Our mom meets us and she tells us to go play nice with the other kids. So we meet May as she tells us she has to go help her dad, so we go outside again and we hear a woman screaming for help. So we rush over and we see May's dad? You know, the one she was supposed to go help? Anyway, grab Mudkip because it's Mudkip and we help the grown man out. He's so grateful that he gives us the Mudkip and asks us if we can go play with May, so we go to May and we wager her all her Pokeballs on a battle. Then we crush her hopes and dreams and we gain ourselves 5 Pokeballs. Score. Now it was time for our first encounter. We go to Route 103 to avoid starting with a level 2 Zigzagoon and we encounter a level 3 one. We catch him and name him Mike. Now we can box our Mudkip, train up Mike a couple of levels and go for the first official battle in this Nuzlocke. Easy. We make our way to Petalburg City where we say hi to Dad. He gives a Zigzagoon to Wally and... seriously? We have to save an old man, beat his child and catch ourselves a Zigzagoon and then Dad just gives a random stranger one for free? Alright. Anyway, we make our way to Route 104 where we encounter our next team member. We catch Thalo and call her Jane. We make our way through Petalburg Woods whilst in the meantime beating some weird pirate and catching our third team member. Welcome to the team, Will. After Petalburg Woods we make our way to Rustboro. We use a repel to avoid encounters at Route 116 and make our way to the Rustturf Tunnel. Here we encounter a Whismur. We catch him and call him Dustin. Now we can go back to Route 116 since there you can both encounter Whismur and Skitty, but now since we already have Whismur we can keep encountering since we find the Skitty. I figured I need that and yes I did because damn, that did take a long time. Whilst catching Skitty, Mike falls in love with her, but we manage to capture her and we call her Nancy. Hopefully Mike will lose his interest now since you know she's a part of the little family and I don't need a brother-sister romance. Now, with our team of 5, we make our way to Roxanne. The level cap is 15, so we take a bag full of candies and stuff them into our Pokemon since grinding is cringe. New Roxanne was going to be hard, but we had a strat. I lead with Will to put Roxanne's Geodude to sleep with Yawn. Then I swapped to Mike to get his attack down with Growl. When his attack was low enough, I swapped to Dustin and started howling. We get to +6, but he also has some defense scrolls up, so we kinda need a crit. We go for Uproar and damn, that did nothing. Hopefully Uproar doesn't take too long. Luckily we do end up living. We have to swap and go back to Will to Yawn again. We check how much Will scratched us, which was nothing. So we go back into Mike to sand attack a couple of times before dying to a crit. The first loss of the run. We go into Jane and set up a focus energy since we kinda need the crits to get past his +6 defense. He keeps missing his attacks while we wing attack, which does nothing. Luckily, when he lands his rock throw, we live because of the growls earlier and we start to get some crits. After a lot of struggle, we manage to take out the Geodude, and now Roxanne's ace, Nose Pass. We go for Yawn as he sets up his defenses. With all of our Pokemon at low health, we just start to whittle them down with Scratch and healing ourselves with Slack Off. We get low with Will, so we bring in Nancy and go for the Sing. We switch Will back in, hoping Nosebag stays asleep so we can go for a slack off. Sadly, he wakes up and Will is gone. At this point, I was scared to see if I could even make it past Roxanne. But as you see from this video's length, we did. So we bring in Nancy again, go for Sing to put him to sleep. Then we take a risk and bring Jane and going for Growls until he wakes up. When he wakes up, he goes for the Rock Tomb. He lands and we live on 1 HP. Damn, that was too close for comfort, especially since I really do need Jane. We bring Nancy back in and go for Sing again and then start with the double slaps, hoping on crits. A couple of double slaps later and we managed to beat Roxanne. 2 deaths, but we did come out on top and we managed to not lose Jane, which was very important if we want to have a chance against Brawly, the next gym leader. So let's make our way over there. First off, we had to beat another pirate, save an old man's Pokemon and leverage it to get him to agree to be our personal fairy. He does, so he takes us to Dewford. Here we pick up the Silk Scarf, a health item that boosts normal type moves, so that will come in handy. And we go to fight Brawly, the fighting type gym leader. But luckily we still have Jane, and with the combination of Jane and Wing Attack, this was one of the easiest fights I think we're going to have. Which is weird, since, you know, you're doing a normal type only run and you're facing the fighting type gym leader. But sure. Next we deliver a letter to Steven and then make our way to Slateport. We encounter some damn pirates again, scare one into giving me a TM, and then fight a couple others to save the captain or something. Now, it is time for the rival fight. To have the best chance of winning here, I level Jane up to level 22, so she evolves into a Swallow. Now she is just 1 level under the level cap though, so I have to be careful not to use her much until Watson. But before we take on Watson, we first had to beat Wally in front of his uncle, then we got ourselves the coin case and we go into the casino for some good old gambling. After a while, we give up and just buy the coins we need to buy TM35 Flamethrower, and we teach that to Dustin. Dustin evolves into a Loudred, and now we are truly ready to take on Watson. We lead with Dustin, taking out his Magnemite with Flamethrower. After his Voltorb follows, which also dies to a Flamethrower. A crit though, I think it mattered, but we'll see. Then his ace comes out, Magneton. He goes for a Thunder Wave, but our Cherry Berry immediately cures the paralysis, and we hit him for over half with a Flamethrower. He goes for Shock Wave, and we live on 5 HP. Damn. Another Flamethrower takes up Magneton. Badge 3 acquired. Next we make our way to Route 113 where we can get our new team member, Spinda. We catch her and name her Robin and add her to the team. On our way to Meteor Falls we pick up the Dig TM and we also welcome another team member. We catch Swablu and call him Lucas. At Meteor Falls we acquire 2 Moonstones, one which is on the floor and you can just pick up, and one by gathering a bunch of Lunatone until one is holding a Moonstone. After that we help a love couple out and get the Strength HM, which is a great normal type move for us. Now it's time to go towards Flannery, or at least that was the plan, but 2 evil teams had to be fighting on top of a volcano, so, you know, it's my job, the 10-year-old, to demolish their leader, so be it. We battle Archie and, oh frick, his Sharpedo took down Dustin. That probably was avoidable, whoops. But we managed to come on top of the fight and now it was time for Flannery. But first, we evolve our Nancy into a Delcatty and teach her the Dig TM. So now, Flannery, get ready for this. We lead with Jane and hit a Wing Attack while she sets up Sunny Day. We try to finish Slugma with a Quick Attack but she heals. One more Quick Attack does the job though. The next Slugma comes out. We go for a Wing Attack again, but we take some huge damage from its Flamethrower. We finish this though and Torkoal comes in. The sunlight fades, which is a good thing, but an overhit will still do massive damage, so we decide to swap to Lucas since he isn't too important anyway, but Torkoal goes for Body Slam. We luckily live and he does go for an overheat now, taking out Lucas but lowering its special attack. We bring in Robin and put Torkoal to sleep with Hypnosis. Next we bring in Nancy and decide to start digging. It didn't do as much as I hoped it would, but after a few digs we did manage to take out Torkoal, and with that we got the 4th badge. Next up was the normal type gym leader and our father, Norman. And fuck. Okay, so I had this amazing battle where I used Jane to take out his first Slacken and the Vigoroth with some stab returns, boosted by the Silk Scarf, and afterwards I put his ace to sleep with Hypnosis, and Nancy charmed his attack to -4 or something, and then with the combination of Feint Attack and Double Slap I took him out. It was great, and I was gonna talk about how the ladies were carrying this run, but then I looked at OBS and saw I wasn't recording. I'm sorry. Hopefully you'll forgive me. After acquiring Surf, we went to Route 115 to the area where you can only go when you have Surf. Up here we were able to get ourselves a new member for the team. We called ourselves Jigglypuff and called her Erica. Now it was time to make our way towards the 6th gym, but before we made a short stop at Marvel to get some more TMs and help us with the upcoming gym. We meet Steven again as he shames me for only raising one type of Pokemon, as if he is one to talk. Then we arrive at the Weather Institute where Robin bullies everyone inside and we beat Team Aqua once again. And by doing so we get gifted our newest team member, Castform. When we get to floor 3 we catch a Kecleon who we call Steve and we add him to the team. Now we got a team of 6. Time to take on Winona, but first we take the Moonstone we got from beating up some Lunatone and we shove it into Erica. Welcome, Wigglytuff. We teach Erica Ice Beam and Thunderbolt so she is fully prepared and ready to fight some birds. Winona leads with Swallow and goes for a double team, but we connect to Thunderbolt and one shot. Pelipper comes out and the quad effective Thunderbolt also one shots. Next up, Skarmory. One Thunderbolt does a decent amount of damage, so a second one is enough to take care of him. And so now the last Pokemon comes out, Altaria. Altaria actually lives a 4 times effective Ice Beam and hits us into Citrus Berry range. Winona starts healing, but some Ice Beam spam later and bada bing bada boom, we got ourselves the 6th badge, all thanks to Erica. Let's go. Okay, this video is getting quite long already, so I will try to not dwell too long on unimportant stuff. Next we caught a Girafarig in the Safari Zone and called her Joyce. Then we went to Mount Pyre to get rid of all pirates there, then we climbed the rest of Mount Pyre to get some items like the TM for Shadow Ball. Next we find out there's a hideout full of pirates, so we infiltrate and beat the top dog around there. The rest flee, but we chase them down all the way, but we lose sight of them and end up in Mossdeep City. Since I am in Mossdeep anyway, might as well collect a badge while we're at it. I prepare our team, teaching them some new moves via TMs, and I lead with Erica and Joyce. We set up a Light Scream, a TM we got from the department store, and fire off a Shadow Ball at Lunatone. Erica gets put to sleep before she can get the Light Scream up, and gets hit by a Psychic as well. Joyce finishes Lunatone with another Shadow Ball, Solrock puts up Sunlight, and Erica wakes up and sets up the Light Scream. We swap with Erica and go for Shadow Ball and we crit one-shot Solrock. Badge 7 in the pocket. We track down Team Aqua and beat Archie while he tries to bribe Kyogre with a red ball. I thought I was colorblind, but this takes the cake. We meet Steven and Wallace. Wallace calls out my blue ball, and apparently it's now my responsibility to deal with Kyogre, the legendary. Still a 10-year-old, you know? Anyway, we go to him, see how much Thunderbolt does, and after seeing the damage, we bravely run away. We make our way to the 8th gym, and we ace the puzzle. Wow, we're so smart. It's definitely not because this puzzle is made for kids. We lead with Joyce against Wallace as he sends out Love Disc. He hits us with a Water Pulse as we go for Earthquake, doing about 3/4. Wallace starts healing, but we keep on Earthquaking, and when he goes for Sweet Kiss and misses, we take out Love Disc. Wishcash comes in, and predicting the Earthquake, we send in Jane. I go for Double Team as he sets up Amnesia. We double team again and Wallace sets up the Rain. Now with our evasiveness up, we start going for Return, doing just over half. Another Return KOs Wishcash, Celio comes in, which as an Ice type is scary for Jane, but feeling like we can lift one Ice type move, and having double teamed, we bravely take the risk and go for Return. Celio hits the Aurora Beam though and almost takes us out, yikes. Another Return is enough for the KO. Melodic comes in and we bring in Erica. We set up the light screen whilst being hit by another Ice Beam, doing quite a lot, but it puts us in Citrus Berry range. Now with the screen up, I know we can live a couple more hits and go for Thunderbolt. Melodic hits us with Water Pulse and our Thunderbolt connects and does like a quarter damage, not as much as I hoped for. We Thunderbolt again, but now being quite low, I switch in Steve. I go for Screech and Screech another time and try to make sure we KO without him having a chance to potion up. His Ice Beam puts us at very low HP, but his strength takes out Melodic. Now his last Pokemon comes in, Seeking. We bring in Nancy as he sets up the rain. He Water Pulses, doing good damage while we hit twice with Double Slap. He hits us again, we dig and the Citrus Berry recovers some health. Another Water Pulse puts us in the red as we dig again. Now the rain is gone at least. We swap in Joyce, but she gets confused on the switch in. We go for an Earthquake, break through the confusion and take out Seeking, acquiring us the 8th badge. Honestly, I didn't think we would make it this far, so far it's been a pleasant surprise. Next up was Victory Road. This is quite a long one in Gen 3 and oh, we made it. Nice. We make sure our team is fully prepared and we go to take on the Elite Four's first member, Sydney. He leads with Mightyena. I send out Robin. He sand attacks us, causing Robin to miss Hypnosis. Then again, sand attacks comes out and we miss Hypnosis. Thinking third time's a charm, we go for Hypnosis again, but another miss. Fourth time's a charm maybe? We try again, get hit by a crunch, but this time actually hit Hypnosis and put Mightyena to sleep. We send out Jane. We go for double team while Mightyena sleeps. He wakes up and goes for a sand attack, we crit and KO the Mightyena. Cacturn comes out. We go for Fly, hitting the second turn and taking out that Cacturn. Next up, Sharpedo. We go for a turn which almost one-shots, but it doesn't and Sharpedo goes for a Surf and misses. Full restores and we return again, another return takes him out. Now Absol comes out. We keep on hitting return and after 2 hits we take out Absol. Time for the last mon, Shiftry. After a fake out and us getting flinched we go for Fly. Shiftry keeps on going for double team, causing us to miss Fly and miss again and again. Eventually we hit Fly but it doesn't KO. At the end we manage to take out Shiftry and we beat Sydney. Next was Phoebe. She leads with Dusclops as we lead with Joyce and go for a Shadow Ball, doing over half. We Shadow Ball again and take out Dusclops. Banette comes out. We Shadow Ball again, which does over half and Banette spites us. We took the Future Sight attack, doing little damage and we finish Banette with Crunch. Sableye comes out and we switch to Erica. We tank the Feint attack and set up Light Screen after being hit by Psychic. We go for Thunderbolt, which will KO in 3 hits, so we Thunderbolt twice more and KO Sableye. With Erica being at low HP, we swap to Joyce, Banette goes for Skill Swap. We Crunch, doing good damage and get hit by Psychic. We Crunch again, but Phoebe full restores, heals again, but after a couple of crunches we take up Banette. Dusclops comes in. We hit the Shadow Ball, doing good damage before getting hit by Ice Beam and being put in the red. We swap to Steve, as he gets frozen on the switch in. We keep on being frozen, so we swap out to Robin and go for Theater Dance, followed by Hypnosis. We switch to Nancy and go for a Dig, which did little damage. Our plan is to Charm to make his Earthquake less powerful, but he crits us and takes out Nancy. Damn. We go to Robin and Theater Dance again after we Hypnosis again, and we swap to Joyce, taking a big risk. He stays asleep and we go for Shadow Ball and take out Dusclops. One loss, but we managed to beat Phoebe, luckily. The third mammal was up now, Agatha. Sadly, when I finished the battle I looked at OBS and I saw we weren't recording again. I really should stop this. The MVPs for the battle for sure were Erica for her Thunderbolt and her screens, and Steve, who could tank a lot of hits thanks to color change and could hit her decently with Ancient Power and Fire Blast. On to number 4, Drake. With this one I felt quite confident. I led with Erica against a Shell Gun. We set up Reflect while he lowers our speed with Rock Tomb. We'll set up Light Screen before going for an Ice Beam and take him out. Next up Altaria. He Dragon Dances while we hit Ice Beam and one-shot. Flygon comes out, but an Ice Beam also one-shots. Another Flygon comes out and, as you figured, we Ice Beam and we KO. We do get hit and burned by a Flamethrower. Last Salamence comes in. We go for the quite effective Ice Beam. We firstly get hit by Flamethrower, which does a lot. Luckily Ice Beam one-shots and we have beaten the Elite Four. Only one challenge left. The champion, Steven. He leads with his Skarmory, while we send out Erica. We go for the Reflect to help us in the long run, then hit a Thunderbolt while he sets up spikes. Another Thunderbolt is enough to take out Skarmory and Armaldo comes in. We switch to Steve while being hit by an Ancient Power and get through to Rock type. He Water Pulses us and we go for the Ancient Power and we actually get the Omni Boost. We Ancient Power again as he slashes. I figured since I am Normal type now we go for the Stab Strength. He full restores and we hit Strength but it did little damage, so we Ancient Power again. As does he, but we live on 4 HP. One more is enough to take him out. There's no point in trying to preserve. And to not waste the Omni Boost, we go for an Ancient Power, doing some damage before getting KO'd. We switch in Erica and set up Light Screen. He hits us and gets affected by our Q-Charm. He does break through, hitting us with Ancient Power. We live and connect the Ice Beam, which almost KOs. He full restores while we Ice Beam again. Q-Charm actually immobilizes him and we take him out with another Ice Beam. Nice. Claydol comes out and he takes out Erica with an Earthquake. Time for Jane to fight. She comes out swinging with a return which is just over half, but Claydol reflects. Return again and then get critted by Ancient Power, but we do live and another return takes him out. Aggron comes in. We go for double team, hoping for some luck on that regard, but luck was definitely with Steven as he hits the Thunder and takes out Jane. Ouch. Only 2 Pokemon remain for both sides. We bring in Robin and go for the Hypnosis to put him to sleep, followed by Theater Dance. Then we switch to Joyce, we hit Aggron with a super effective Earthquake which does good damage. He full restores and we Earthquake again. We crit and take out Aggron. Now Steven's Ace and Signature Pokemon comes in. The only thing standing in the way of our victory. Metagross. We go for the Crunch, thinking it's super effective. He hits us for good damage, taking us all the way to the red, and Crunch only does little. We know we won't survive another one, but we go for the Earthquake hoping for a miss. He Psychics, which is smart since it's a 100% accurate move, and he takes us out. Now all hope is on Robin's shoulders. We go for the Hypnosis, but he outspeeds and we get hit by the Meteor Mash. It's a KO. This is it. We lost. We tried so hard and got so far, but in the end it didn't even matter. At first I didn't think it would be possible, but throughout the run I started believing in my team and I thought we had a shot at the title. But sadly we were one Metagross away from greatness. Even after this crushing defeat, I do hope you enjoyed this video. And make sure to like and subscribe so you won't miss it next time we do something like this. I hope to see you all next time. This has been Playing Peppers. Bye.